Have you ever wondered what your favorite WNBA player is doing on their off day? I'm LaChina Robinson, host of Off Day, where we talk about how WNBA players like to chill. Whatever it is they're into, we're gonna talk about it.
Jewell Loyd, what's up?
How you doing?
So good to see you.
Likewise.
You know I had to come out to Seattle and check you out.
Welcome.
Thank you. Well, normally I would say let's get some shots up, but it looks like we're playing pickleball today.
Of course. You ready?
Let's get after it.
Let's do it.
Can I do it with these nails on?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
There we go.
Ooh.
Yes. Oh, your backhand's good.
You mean to tell me you spend your off day in the weight room? Will you be my personal trainer?
Of course. Yeah, we can get some work in right now.
Is my arm looking like yours yet?
Yeah, it's popping. It's popping a little bit. There it is.
There it is. Ah, get my Jackie Young on. Okay, here you go. You think this will fit me?
I do.
So what do we do now?
Do you like crabs by any chance?
I love crabs.
I got the spot.
So it's a typical Monday night. What is Jackie Young cooking for dinner?
I'm definitely not cooking. Yeah, I'll go out to eat somewhere.
I like to set the record straight. How do you pronounce your name?
Arike.
Arike, not Arike. Put some respect on it, people. Arike. What does your name mean?
Something you see and you cherish, like cherished one.
Okay, and that goes back to your Nigerian roots, correct?
Yes.
Are there aspects of Nigerian tradition that are still a part of who Arike is in her daily life?
I found a fire Nigerian restaurant here that I probably get like once every other off day. Like, it's just so good, and it tastes like back home.
Into Caribbean girls, because I'm one too, okay?
Hey, cheers to that.
How do you feel like your Caribbean culture has influenced who you are?
Oh man, I think my resilience comes directly from being a Bahamian, just being a chill, low-key person and a resilient person.
What are your top 3
Bahamian dishes?
Bahamian dishes?
Top 3 Bahamian dishes. Okay. Conch is my favorite. I'd probably go like snapper, and then my third would probably be like baked chicken or barbecue chicken.
You are warming up. What's playing in your headphones?
What's playing on my headphones? Definitely Tomorrow by Glorilla. I love when Cardi B gets on the track. She kills it. It's starting to look like I'm gonna be the one controlling the music in the locker room.
Got the aux?
I got the aux. It falls to me. Great power, great responsibility.
Where does Jewell Loyd get her cultural influences?
Honestly, it's probably from my mom. She did a great job of exposing my brother and I to a lot of different things. The theater, musicals, music, it came from my parents.
Man, it must have been fun to grow up in that household with your mom.
Yeah, no, come on over. You'll see, yeah, come on, everyone has an invite.
Who is the one person that Jackie has to talk to every day, and why?
Yeah, I talk to my mom every day. We're super tight.
Brianna, you are a couple of time zones away from home. You're from Pearland, Texas. How do you feel like growing up in Pearland shaped who Brianna is today?
I would say Pearland's like a really diverse community. Even like growing up, going to school, like I couldn't tell you like what the dominant race was. I went to school with like all different types of races. So, I mean, I think growing up in a really diverse setting helped me be the person I am today.
Let's talk a little bit about Jackie off the court. Would you say that you are quiet, or are you just reserved?
I'd say reserved. You can ask the team, they wouldn't say that I'm like that quiet. Once I get to know you, then it's different.
I know we're just outside of the DC area where your Mystics play, but
Yes.
what brings you here on your off day?
I just love being by the water. There's just something about it. There's tranquility to it and a calmness. So when I get time to myself and time with my wife and my dog, I always want to be by the water.
Well, I heard that just like you, Rue may be good with the basketball as well.
She loves
Think
basketball.
she wants to show us some tricks? You want to go? All right, let's go play. Who was the first basketball player that Jackie Young looked up to?
Candace Parker. I loved her since she was at Tennessee. Now being teammates is kind of like a full circle moment, you know? Just getting to learn from her every day.
All right, well, good. You made it through the warm-up. So you go to Notre Dame, you win a national championship, and then you are drafted #1 in the WNBA draft. How did you handle the transition into the WNBA?
Yeah, it was tough early on. I realized that I just had to go back to my circle, the people that got me to where I am today, and, you know, refocus and get back to who I was.
Your improvement is something like we've never seen in the history of the WNBA, and in particular, what you've done with your three-point shot.
Jackie Young shooting it better than 60% from three.
When was the first time that anyone mentioned changing your shot, and how did you do it?
I think the biggest thing for me was a mindset thing, because I could be wide open from three and I wouldn't shoot it. And so whenever Becky and her staff got hired, she was like, I need you to shoot threes. I was down to shoot threes because I wanted to play.
Jewell Loyd, also known as the Gold Mamba. When I say Gold Mamba, what comes to mind for you?
Right away, it's obviously Kobe and our relationship and the friendship we had, also just the journey I've been on.
And also being a big shot maker. You can throw that in there too.
A little bit of that.
Yes.
Loyd wants it, takes it, and hits it.
Basketball actually wasn't your only sport, correct? I've seen you got some soccer moves too. How did soccer play a part in your development when you were young?
I mean, I used to skip basketball tournaments for soccer tournaments. I thought I was about to be a soccer player, honestly. Even the training, you have to do a lot of quick feet skills, all type of things like that. Body control, shielding, you know, defenders and stuff. That's probably why I get a lot of push-offs, because in soccer, that's allowed.
Your dad, he has had a heavy influence on who you are as a basketball player. Tell us about that.
Almost everything I know about basketball comes from him. He was a post player. When I started out, I was a guard.
So you started out as a point guard, and then you were 6'6", so it was like, I can play that point, but I can also get down low.
Yeah, and it was almost like a late growth spurt. I feel like it's helped a lot with me being a versatile player.
Take us back to the days of little Jewell. Why was basketball the sport that you decided to stick with?
Growing up in Lincolnwood, I lived literally 10 houses down from Drake Park, and every day I would get dropped off at, from the school, go home, do my homework, and run and dribble my basketball down to the court every single day. I watched a lot of people at the park, and people that no one knows, but obviously being Chicago, Michael Jordan, you see all that, but I was really influenced by everyone at the park.
What is kind of your mindset coming into this season?
Well, adding them, they've both won championships. Natasha 3, Diamond 1, and Dallas hasn't won one. So now we have people who know what it takes in the WNBA to get there.
People go crazy when they talk about your step back move, your sidestep, just your ability to create space. Like, who influenced you in the way that you play the game?
I give a lot of credit to Milwaukee. Like, there's just a lot of hoopers out there, like raw hoopers, just doing different moves. And I think Milwaukee, hoopers are real flashy. Like, you want to try to make somebody fall every time you step on the court. It's not fundamental. You're just trying to hoop.
I think it just takes work every day. I love to work out. I really take pride in that. I try to be the most conditioned person in the league.
Your endurance on the court is crazy. You have such a powerful voice. I mean, even recently you were awarded with the 2022 WNBA Community Assist Award for your work with the LGBTQ+ community, unhoused communities, women's rights. Why are these causes so important to you?
I just feel like I see injustices and I can't help but speak up and advocate. I just feel like equality is just so far for so many of us. So I use my platform to just help them.
What is it you learned that you want people to know about marginalized communities?
That they are there, even if you don't see them or you don't know them, they are there. I think it's easy to be in our own bubbles and be like, well, I have it good, but I didn't grow up privileged, or my parents worked hard for everything they have. And yes, that could be true, but there's so many things happening behind closed doors that we don't even know about. You can't just assume oh, it's not happening in my community, it's not happening anywhere.
Yeah, and you actually are holding official office now as the vice president on the executive board for the WNBPA. What do you plan to do with your position? What are you most passionate about doing as an official member of that organization?
Yeah, this is my first year. I'm really excited because obviously NECA's the president, and I think NECA's a phenomenal leader for the Players Association and players in general. But I just want to bring a different perspective for the players.
Let's change gear a little bit. Give us a little bit of a peek into what your tone fit style is gonna be like this season.
These are some pants, jeans that I had this guy make. Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is the top of the jeans. Okay, this is next level. What would you say your style is in a nutshell? 3 words.
I would say classic, comfortable.
I thought you were gonna see Caribbean, but that's CCC.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to stay away from the C, so I'm like, that's 2 C's already. I'm trying to think of what the other one is. I would probably say cool. Cool is cool. You really going for the C's.
You look cool. I'm just saying, you look cool right now.
I'll take cool. I'll take cool.
You always seem cool to me though.
Yeah.
Like, you just have this vibe about you.
Yeah.
It feels like a cool breeze, man.
Thank you.
Something that stands out to me about you when I think about your activism is how you use it in your fashion. These are a couple of your tees down here, so tell us what your approach to that.
Well, of course, to wear orange like you're rocking now, Forever Town.
Could have been
and gun
twins.
safety.
Could have been twins.
But yeah, I just kind of see t-shirts that are about advocating, things that I believe in, and obviously people always clip us for our walk-in outfits and our tunnel fits, and I know some people like to get dressed up and look really nice, but I mean, I just prefer to kind of throw on like an activism shirt and call it a day.
Fashion with a message. I think this is one I might need to borrow. Respect existence or expect resistance. Okay, here you go. You think this will fit me?
I do.
There are only 12 WNBA players with signature shoes, and you have added your name to that list. What was the process like of creating a shoe that you felt best fit your brand?
It was an incredible process and a long process. Like, we truly took the time we needed to get the shoe right, but I wanted this to be the most universal shoe that's out there, where it's for everybody. We made it accessible so someone like my sister can get in and out of it really easily. The Legacy colorway, there's even a logo for Lizzie on it that says LDD on the side, so that one, that's my favorite.
And which one of these would you say is like the pair that you feel like was hardest for you to get your hands on, or that nobody else may be able to get?
These right here. I got these as a gift from Red Bull because I'm signed with them. So these are like thousands and thousands of dollars, but they gave it to me at the end of 2021 as a gift. And I would have never ever got my hands on these because I'm not paying thousands of dollars, but they somehow got their hands on them. So
Can't drop this.
yeah, the off-white UNC ones.
Wow, those are fire. Who is Jewell Loyd off the court?
I'm very low key. I'm very in my circle, my space.
When I went to research that myself and went to your Instagram page, I thought you might be a professional pickleball player. It seems to have taken over your life.
Yeah.
What made you want to get into doing this?
Honestly, it's just really fun. I've played with 95-year-old people, 65-year-old people, 12-year-olds, and I've had fun every single time.
You took it a step further, becoming one of 3 active female athletes to be an owner of a pickleball team. What made you want to get into ownership?
Had to, you know, Miami pickleball. One is in Miami, so it's hard to turn that down. But 2, it made sense. It's something that I understand, and I never invest in anything if I don't understand it. So that was the first part, is understanding what it is, where it can go, and seeing the vision for the game, and then understanding that it's an opportunity to own something, and I'm really invested in that and having ownership, not just for me, but something I can pass down to my family, my kids, and whatever. So it seemed like a win-win, and I know that pickleball is on the rise, and I love playing, and you know, it's another level of competition for me on another side, not just on the court.
I love that. Ownership. Boy, you are growing up.
Yeah, I know. Baby steps, baby
Right
steps.
before our eyes. But you also have Delle Donne Woodworking. Tell us a little bit about that, because I'm not gonna lie, I did get online to purchase a piece for my living room.
I have always been a creator. I like to make things, and it's been a different way for me to use my creative mentality and kind of get away from basketball for a little bit and just be immersed in a project. So whether it be making wall art, or my favorite is making hoops. So I make my wall art into basketball hoops, which you shouldn't shoot on. I've had that talk with customers.
Day training camp, how y'all feel?
What is it that Brianna likes to do on her off day?
Recently, I've been involved in the production world. My teammate, Shay Petty, she started this little series called Petty Views. So she has this little camera, and we just like go around and filming stuff to give kind of people just like an inside scoop from our perspective. But we really give a behind the scenes view, because like, we had a camera in the locker room, on the plane, and just all different sorts of places.
Oh my goodness. Well, fans, you heard that. Check out Petty Views, because it sounds like there's gonna be some good content coming out of Phoenix.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.